Uh, my concern is that we live in a world, dysfunctional world, let's to say something, full of social injustice, inequalities, violence, wars, corruption. How to deal with this reality and how to deal with politics? Because I can achieve some moments of inner peace and experience being and happiness, but I was out of the country for 10 days and I was disconnected of the news. And I came back 2 days ago and I turned on the TV and saw some horrible scenes of the war in Israel and Palestine, and I wanted to cry. I was so touched by all those things, and I read a poem also from one guy in Facebook yesterday, and it was a poem about kids in Palestine that were bothering the poet with their plays. With the kids were playing, screaming, and just having fun, and he was missing that. And he said, "Where are you, kids?" And I started crying. It was how to deal with this, Magdi. That's my concern.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
From the spiritual point of view.
Yes.
Sorry if I am repetitive with this, because I asked this some maybe years ago, but it's a recurring topic in my process. Okay.
If you look at the world, Fernando, first, it's important to understand and to be very clear that you are not in the world, that the world appears to you. If that is clear to you, that's very good, an important understanding. Because if the world appears to you, then you are not in the world, and whatever is happening in the world, meaning on the screen of perception, is not happening to you, whatever you is. And I would like to add that there is a body named Fernando which appears to you. It appears to you as various bodily sensations, hunger or tiredness, sadness. The body, Fernando, which appears to you, is not you. You are that which perceives the body, which perceives the world. It's very important for you to be clear about that, not just as a belief, but experiential. That you perceive your thoughts, you perceive the bodily sensations, you perceive the world, but you are not the body and you are not in the world. And if that is the case for you, then it is the case for everybody, because there is nothing special about you or about me, we are all the same. So it is true for the children in Israel, the children in Gaza, the children in Sudan, the children in China. They perceive the world. So there are images on the screen of consciousness, on the screen of awareness. So there is nothing, in fact, happening to you. You need to come to a clear understanding about that. And if you come to the understanding that there is nothing happening to me, then it would be the same for other. We're all the same. There's nothing happening to me. I'm not saying to the body. Something may be happening to the body. Maybe there's hunger, you know. And if there is hunger, what do? We do our best to have some food. If we are very tired, what do? We do our best to get some rest. If we are sad, what do? We take a look at our sadness and we try to relieve our sadness. If we perceive somebody who fell in the street, what do? If we can, we help them to stand up. So each one of us perceives different perceptions. Some people in Israel, they perceive perceptions, a situation. Some people in Gaza perceive some situation. Some people in America perceive some situation. You perceive what you perceive, I perceive what I perceive, etc. We all perceive different perceptions. Now, what do? Well, as we said, there's somebody that fell down, we help them to stand up because of the compassion. It's normal. We don't need to think about it. Oh, I'm going to do a good deed and I'm going to help them. No, we don't even think about it. It's normal. Our natural tendency before separation is to help each other and care for each other. It goes back and forth. It's a natural tendency to be generous, because when you're generous, you're giving and you're receiving, because the others are generous too. You don't have to think about it. We are already all equipped with what we need to live harmoniously. Of course, the body sooner or later will die. We get old or we get sick or whatever. That's normal, natural. But we are all equipped for love. We are all equipped to help each other, to be together, to take care of each other. Now, there is, unfortunately, in the human psyche, not just in the Middle East, all over throughout the whole world, there is a virus. There is an infection, which is the me. This belief that I means this person, that I is a separate entity, that I need to protect myself. I need to form a tribe. I need to become stronger. I need to become richer. I need to do whatever I can to make sure that this entity remains healthy, powerful, etc. But in fact, there is no such entity. It's like a powerful illusion, some sort of hypnosis. We are hypnotized with the me. Behind the scene, behind most of our activities, there is this belief that consciousness is personal, limited, separate, that I refers to an individual, I refers to a Lebanese, to an American, to a Muslim, to whatever. That's a confusion. You say, what do we do about the misery in the world? You are crying. I understand. I am crying too. But what is it we're crying about? We're crying about this illusion, this mistaken view. Oh, you are from Asia. Oh, you are from Latin America. Oh, you are from Africa. This is what's really sad. Guess what? If you want to be sad about something, down the source of what we are doing to the planet, what we're doing to our food, to our rivers, to each other, to the air, what we are doing, is the sense of separation, greed, fear, envy, jealousy, anger. Fear, I mean, fear is a very powerful negative emotion. Very powerful. It's in the background of our belief, because you cannot be a limited mortal entity, somebody, no matter how great you are, the president of whatever, you cannot avoid the fear, because any limitation goes hand in hand with fear. Of course, we are very smart at covering up the fear, at hiding the fear, at being, confident and boastful. But if you scratch behind the surface, you will find the fear. So, in terms of your question, Fernando, in the world, all you can do is invite yourself and invite people to the peace, to the understanding. So, like, can we take a break from? Let's take a break. Let's get together. Let's play in the sandbox. Let's go to the pool, swim together, play together. Let's have a meal together. Let's have a glass of wine together. Connect with our commonality, what we enjoy, having a nice meal together. You see, you can't find the solution in the mind. You can only find it from the heart. Unfortunately, everybody is waving their flag. Everybody thinking in a separate place. What can you do? Well, first of all, you don't live from the sense of separation. You don't. Be watchful. Am I considering myself to be a man? Am I considering myself to be a person? Am I considering myself? No. The body is male. The body is, one foot to whatever, how tall the body is, I don't know. It's a body. The body is an artist. You're a beautiful artist, makes such beautiful. That's a gift. This is the body mind. It's a deviation. But we are not the body. We are the love. So we can express the love. How do we speak? How do we act? How do we say? You know, how do we express? You see. I mean, I come from the Middle East. I have my conditioning this way. And I try not to live from that place, not to live from the conditioning, but from presence, from the reality that we are, the reality. See? So it's an exploration. It's alive. You cannot do it for somebody else. You cannot. But you can invite first yourself, and whenever you can, you invite the other. If possible. The other thing I wanted to share with you, Fernando, is that there is nothing, speaking in the religious terms, which is possible without God's doing. It's all God's doing. Some people may say, well, why is God doing such awful things? There are no awful things. Simply God is inviting us to see it. Look, that is not the way. That is not the direction. Look, that is not the direction. Then you ask yourself, well, like you were asking, well, what is the direction? It's a very important question. When you ask what is the direction, it's a very important question because you have an understanding that this is not the direction, the direction of anger and negative emotions. But what is the other direction? So this is God inviting us to take a look. Take a look. Find the path. Why is God doing that? Well, why not? God is complete freedom and creativity. After all, there is the understanding that I am not an object in the world. I am not the body that I perceive. I am consciousness, reality. And in fact, in truth, not conceptually, but in truth, nothing is happening to I. It's a very difficult thing for the mind to accept. Because the mind is so identified with a person, with some identity. But the mind is not more powerful than reality, is not more powerful than being, is not more powerful than consciousness. No. The power is from the source, from consciousness itself, the reality which right now perceives, which you are. You is this reality. I is this reality, this invisible, formless reality. And we are all the same I. There's only one I. Different bodies, different nations, different tribes. One I. And we're always invited to that understanding, always. In many ways, in personal relationships, people getting angry with each other at home or the neighbor, we're always invited to take a look, to explore, to understand, to to somehow see beyond our conditioned mind, the channels in the mind that repeat themselves, you know, the tracks.
You see, it helps a lot, Magdi. I can see that the cause of all suffering is just the sense of separation.
Yes.
In my view, and we can work on it on individual level,
Yes.
small level, local level, or mind level, or international level.
Yes, absolutely. And in relationship too. In relationship, when we relate with each other from love and as love, and listen, and to sometimes not to be vain, not to be so sure of yourself, you know, to have some humility. So you're busy painting, Fernando? You're
all the time, yes, every day,
so
Monday
wonderful.
through Saturday.
Yes, that's great.
It's the experience of creativity, and I think that creativity is a divine aspect of reality, and I'm blessed because I have that capability, that gift.
Yes,
just create.
It's beautiful. Yes. Good to see you, Fernando.
Good to see you, Magdi.